Volusia Flagler Fantasy Football League. It is your boy GP, as always. The fearless commish to my left. How you doing, my dogs?
Living the dream, baby. Getting in the holiday spirit out here.
Ho Q, baby.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
You got the house all decorated, ready to rock and roll, or what?
we are 90% there, dude. I have some new blow ups to add to the yard this year. It has become a thing in the Bowen household that every year we add a new blow up. Last year was the child, aka Baby Yoda, in this house. This year, I was trying to buy the Santa on the Harley thing, but I
Got
got
outvoted
swindled.
2-1.
I got swindled into an LED snowman
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
per 5-year-old miniature me.
There you go. Well, the only one that I propositioned for this year that I got shot down on was the old RV from old National Lampoon that said the shitter's full on top, and the wife, yeah.
Is that a blow up?
Plus, yeah, oh yeah. Plus,
Really?
I'm not quite sold the HOA would sign off on that one either.
It'd be worth it.
100%.
It'd be worth it.
Fine would be worth it.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it, dude. Week 13 has come to an end, and so have playoff hopes for some.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and run it on back, man. Week 13, we're gonna go ahead and fire it up with Tua legit, Tua quit, improving to 4-9 on the year with a 110-86 victory over Aston TDs. Bills Mafia president drops to 5-8 on the season, more or less ending the dream of the 2022 season for Miss Anna. To me, in this one, man, Mrs. Gailey's wide receiver combo of A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they definitely showed up. And on the flip side for Aston TDs, I mean, of all weeks for Travis Kelce to take a weekend off, this was not the one. But that's about my 2 cents on that one.
Yeah. I think somebody said that Mrs. Gailey would go on a run towards the end of the season, man. And so far, Mr. Cleo has been right. She's got A.J. Brown, Amon St. Brown, like you said, man. Killers. Almost 60 points combined. Tua had a nice day. The rest of the team, whatever. But a win's a win. Anna's on the island with the rest of us,
right,
having a cold drink.
Right on. Next up, we had Iron Smoke improving to 5-8 on the year with a 98-91 victory over his son, sponsored by Blanton's, who drops to 8-5 on the year. Starting with the Iron Smoke side, Davante Adams, man, he's really good at football. Really good at football. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I know there was a lot of talk, myself in the same camp with Derek Carr and the questions surrounding how they would click, if he'd still be able to get him the ball, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, 8 catches, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. My goodness, man. I mean, you hate to say it, but does Davante really miss Aaron Rodgers?
No.
And then on the flip side, on the flip side for my brother-in-law, man, holy crap! Not only does he have his starting QB go out, I mean the backup gets hurt too. So he's got big shoes to fill on that lineup moving forward. What you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard having 2 receivers score over 20 points and you still lose. And what's crazy about Davante Adams, 8 catches, 177 yards. Did you see that 9th catch that didn't count? Did you see that?
One.
That's something that everybody should be Googling after they watch this podcast. That was it was behind him. He kind of did like a 180, caught the ball, and he couldn't get both feet down. But it was a hell of a catch, man. That guy's a baller. Derek Carr too is him and Kirk Cousins are battling for the title of best average quarterback in the NFL right now. But they got guys like Adams and Jefferson just making them look like studs, you know. But nice win, Iron Smoke. Sorry, Brian. Might have been all that shit you talked. I don't know. Karma, dude.
Next up, Next up, we had Mr. Lee Van Leer Masturbator improving to 8-5 on the year with a 101-95 victory over Boot and Rally. Our resident Chicago Bears fan drops to 2-11 on the year. Look, I know you look at Lee's box score, and the easy call is Jalen Hurts, right? But to me, his MVP for this season might be that Dallas Cowboys defense, man. I mean, again, how many times have we brought this unit up? 19 points this week against Indy, and they're playing the Texans this coming week, which we'll get into in the picks. But you know, like I said, Cowboys defense, the difference in that one. On the flip side, man, Boot and Rally, this is the second team this week that's had a quarterback go out early. He had Jimmy G go down. That ultimately cost him, man. I mean, he got production from obviously his RBs, but I mean, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith, man, they've been productive this year. That's all I got.
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot to say about it either, man. That was I was watching this score very closely, obviously for reasons, and after that Cowboys game, dude, it was like, there's nothing Tampa can do to make Eric come back from that, man. And I thought Eric had it secured with a 2-point effort at QB. But hey, congrats to Lee.
Yep. Next up, we had the South Central LSU Mud Dogs dropping to 9-4 on the year. They lost to Smoking Joe Burrow, who improved to 6-7 on the year. Score in that one was 88-83. And Garrett Wilson really starting to turn it on here the last couple weeks. He went 16.2 for Clark. To me, that ultimately ends up being the difference. For myself, it turns into shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't this week, man. I left, not saying that they were the incorrect calls, but ultimately I ended up leaving a lot of points on the bench. And, for me, if I could point to one guy that probably hurt me more than anybody else, I mean, Aaron Jones just keep going in and out of the game this weekend. Probably couldn't really find a rhythm. And, ultimately it cost me clinching the bye. And now I got to roll up my sleeves and go to work this week.
Yeah. Nice win for Smoking Joe, man. Joe Burrow's been on fire all year. He is a chief killer. I mean, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say, man. It's tough some weeks. You leave a bunch sitting there and cost you. I've done it a couple times this season.
All right. Moving right along, we saw the AT Aliens drop to 8-5 on the year with a big loss, 64-113. Shane Falco and company brought the noise this week. They improved to 8-5 on the year. I saw something in this matchup I've never seen before. I don't think in all my years playing fantasy football I've ever seen a defense go for over 30. And if it has happened, I'm sure we could probably count it on one hand. But dude, 31 points out of the Browns, three touchdowns. Shit. If Ben would have lost this game, he probably just should have retired.
Yeah.
Like he should have just straight Antonio Brown that crap and just right on out.
That's tough. It's tough, dude. That man dropped Justin Fields and kept Deshaun Watson.
Now, granted, it's only been a week, but on the surface, it ain't looking too high right now.
Listen. He was on a roll, dude. That was a bad call. Doug, I'm sorry, buddy. You're going to have a rough playoffs. Moving on.
Moving on, last but certainly not least, we had the 5-star matchup this week, which saw Snitches get stitches, improved to 8-5 on the year with an 85-73 victory over my co-host Giselle's prenup. The GP drops to 7-6 on the year. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off on your side of the bill, Sean. Look, I know you've been harping on Jonathan Taylor all year, but to me, the one dude that's been letting you down has been your boy, man. TB. I mean, he never got out of the blocks to get going. You know, a lot of people had him, top 5, maybe even top 6 QB this year with the weapons in Tampa Bay. And I mean, I really think the off the field craziness
Yeah.
just got him off to a rough start, dude, and he ain't been able to get back from it. And on the flip side for Clayton, I mean, J and J, man, Josh Jacobs and Justin Jefferson. I mean, to me, man, Josh Jacobs, he's got to be the MVP of fantasy football right now. I mean, number 1 scoring RB. I mean, what was average draft position, man? Probably after the 5th round, maybe even the 6th round. But
Yeah.
nice win for Clayton. He's been hot, man, and you're gonna need to get the lucky underwear out for this weekend.
Those lucky underwear, dude, don't matter. I know it says there's a chance, dude, but there isn't a chance. Been a rough season, dude. To finish 7-6, honestly, with the crap that's happened, it is what it is, dude. Congrats to Clayton. Probably wouldn't want to get knocked out by somebody else. Clayton's there's a few guys in this league that have been not in the talk in playoffs for quite some time, and I believe Clayton's one of them. So, good for him. Good for him. There's always next season. But it's not bad here, dude. I mean, Eric's here. Anna's here now. We're all chilling, dude. Just having Mai Tais by the golf course,
Well, I tell you what, man. Hey, before we put a bow on week 13, I think it's something that we should probably go ahead and bring up real quick. You're sitting here talking about members in the consolation bracket, and what do you think about doing like a consolation prize for next season? Like, I don't know, first pick in the draft, maybe pick your draft spot. I feel like it's something we could vote on.
I like pick your draft spot. Because I, like this year, personally, I drafted first, and I hate being first. I love being 12th. I find more value in the 12th pick of the draft than I do the first pick. So personally, we could hold it to a league vote, but I do like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Is that winner of consolation?
Yeah, I think what I'm going to propose for next year, like start of the next season, if you end up going into the consolation bracket, then whoever wins the consolation bracket, which will be determined by whatever the final ranking is at the end of the year, which if you win your 3 games in the consolation bracket, they'll probably put you in like the 7th spot. And if you finish there, then I feel like it would be fair to, again, like you said, put it to a league vote. Either you get to pick your draft spot, or if they decide to go with the number 1 pick, then that's the one you get. And I figured what I would probably do is just continue to do the random draft generator order thing, and then wherever you land, we just pull your name out, slide it into your slot, and then everybody behind you will just fall into place.
Yep.
So
I like that.
Kind of give everybody something to play for, and a little bit more fantasy football for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
I think just about puts a bow
13.
on week 13, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you guys for the week 14 picks, yeah? Peace.